What's up, the squad? Back with another video. Y'all seen that's how those going down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it in the title. So y'all have it right here. I'll tell y'all one thing. I seen obviously some of this video, a couple clips, and honestly, it's definitely, sad to say, the simple fact that how these women are acting when it comes down to it. Y'all know I've always said, when it comes down to the view, you would definitely expect this show to be a show, seeing how it's all women, that's on this show, to uplift other women, but not in this case. In this case right here, they do nothing but, from what I hear and from what I'm seeing, out of these ladies is more so of insults, and disrespect, when it comes to the first lady. And it's definitely sad. Check it out.
The new documentary, Melania, is being released exclusively in movie theaters on January 30th. Stop, y'all. The trailer promises to give a glimpse inside her return to D.C.
We'll have a talk over by Stormy Daniels.
Take a look.
Here we go again.
You can come in. Come on in. Our proudest legacy will be that of peacemaker.
Peacemaker in the fire. Everyone wants to know. So here it is. Hi, Mr. President. Congratulations.
Did you watch it?
I did not. Yeah, I will see it on the news.
That's the best. She didn't watch it. She, along with millions, are not watching it.
$40 million.
She got paid.
She got paid for this.
Oh, I thought they were going to pay me that to watch it.
So the question is, are people, gonna be interested in going to the movie houses and see that?
Well, not the movie theater. That's a big ask. And normally when you're doing a profile on a president or a first lady, you release those in, like PBS or some of the other places where you're offering a glimpse into something that is all of ours. It's our country's, it's our history. I wouldn't go watch it in a theater for sure. But when it goes to streaming, I might watch it because I'm actually.
Didn't Amazon pay her the money, so it's going to be on?
Everything streams eventually.
40 million.
But I say that because we always talk about
So it is. I'm pretty sure that the movie, the documentary, is going to be on Prime. And I'm sure there's other places that that pop up, and in theater. I don't see a problem with it, just for the simple fact that. Times have definitely changed. Times have definitely changed. So I feel like, again, this is something that obviously they're going to have a problem with. Let's see what they got to say.
Where is she? Where does she sleep? What are her hobbies? Like, I don't know. I don't see her ever.
You just say, where does she sleep?
Yeah, well, I mean...
Well, because they reportedly sleep in separate
beds, possibly separate wings.
And Elon Musk sleeps in a
sleeping bag. No, but I just, when I see her, I'm like, whereas her husband is completely demystified. There's nothing mysterious. He burps and any Truth Socials about it. We've seen everything about him. I don't know as much about her, and I'm actually curious.
I am not going to the theater to pay a ticket to watch it. To buy a ticket, but I am going to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by their dynamic. I always thought that they were sort of on opposite sides, but when she says to him during that trailer, you're not only going to be the president, you're going to also be the unifier. She is firmly, it seems to me, in his corner, that they are really together. They are
in bed
team.
with him, but not physically. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe not physically.
What is up with them saying, this whole thing with the bed? Like, I feel like I have two things to say. One of the things that I have to say, the first thing, since Sunny Hostin brought it up, is a simple fact of, you can just tell the jealousy that Sunny Hostin has when it comes to Melania and when it comes to Donald Trump. You definitely can tell, the jealousy just based off of what she's saying. Oh, well, I'm not about to go see the movie. I wonder what, you can definitely tell, when it comes down to the jealousy thing, just like, oh, where is she sleeping at? They're sleeping in separate beds. You have that, and that becomes jealousy. But then it's like they don't get that attention, at home. Why not, if you're having, you got a husband and wife, why wouldn't you, a girlfriend, boyfriend, you have that strong love together, or a fiance, you having that love, that strong love together, you would want to support that. Obviously, from what I'm hearing is these ladies don't get that support is what I'm hearing, because there's no way you sit there and you say, oh, it seems like they're together and of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? Because if they weren't, that'd be something else for. I mean, it's one of those things again, y'all. It's one of those things again. If they weren't together, they have something to say. If they are together, they're gonna still have something to say. And it just goes to show you, just based off of their demeanor and the things they say, that they're jealous of the relationship that President Trump has with Melania. I mean, it's as simple as that.
I don't know that.
I don't know that. That's why I'm going to watch.
But what we do know is that...
that would be an overshare.
But what we do know is the film follows her for the first 20 days of 2025, but she really hasn't been in the White House very much. She really lives in New York and Florida.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about that. I'm also curious about the fact that since he destroyed the East Wing, which is where the First Lady works, she doesn't have a place to work now in the White House. And she only has five full-time members
Maybe
on
we
her
should
staff.
sing it again. The
That's small
Epstein
for a
files
First
are
Lady. That's very
coming
full
to
for a-
town.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is what
Well,
is
that's very small for a First Lady, because most First Ladies have at least 20 people on their staff, and she had 12 the first time around. So I'm curious as to what this will show. What work is she doing? Is it the Be Best platform again?
Yeah.
Is it something else? I'm gonna watch.
I'm gonna watch it on
I'm
streaming.
just saying, like, why hate on an individual? They obviously knows, what she's doing. You can literally look it up, since Sunny Hostin always says that, oh, I have the facts right here. Oh, I have it right here. Oh, I have it. Since you always have it, look it up and see. I mean, it's all this stuff is nothing to do but disrespect and bash the First Lady. I mean, that's really and it's disgusting to see this. Seeing how I just said when this video first started, that you had these individuals constantly talk crazy, about the First Lady instead of uplifting. I do find it, amazing that you have an individual that is obviously, together and supporting, her husband, and I feel like that's what the world needs. There's so many individuals, especially this younger generation. I see so many, even people that I actually went to school with, get married and get divorced and get married. Like, seeing something like this, seeing a strong marriage and some individual, both individuals supporting each other on what they do. I feel like this is something that's definitely strong, when it comes down to it. You literally have these ladies, and I'm sure many of these ladies have husbands, but you can definitely tell that obviously something has to be going on at home if you're down talking to a lady having a great relationship, and they're talking about, oh, I wonder where she sleeps, and I wonder, well, I mean, it's literally sickening seeing this, seeing this, seeing all these ladies. You would expect them to uplift each other, especially there's other, young women, and I know young ladies, even, other ladies that's watching this, and it's definitely sickening and sad.
It takes a lot to get me to a movie theater, just candidly.
Yeah.
I think there's a certain fascination around her because she doesn't take on as traditional First Lady roles. I don't know that not on any given day, I don't know that we necessarily know what she's up to, so maybe that will demystify some questions. But I think what bothered me is this, about this specific doc, is the director is somebody who's been credibly accused of sexual misconduct by many, many prominent actors and actors. He denies all allegations, but I wouldn't, as a staffer, put the First Lady in the position of working with somebody who had that history. I just think it's a distraction from it. That, to me, makes me a little on the cusp of even want to watch
Don't
his
you
work.
think that might be why they picked him? And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, not a good way, but I mean, like, he pardons everyone. He says, if you'll be loyal and bend the knee, I'll take you back. I'll save you. I'll uncancel you.
The subtext
I feel like
is
that's
there,
his...
but as the First Lady, I'm like, I would never sign her up.
She only
to
has 5
sit down
staffers.
with
Maybe
this
no
person.
one's doing publicity and PR.
If he had somebody directed who didn't have a record in some kind of sexual assault, I would be surprised. I mean, this tracks.
Wow.
Yeah,
You can definitely tell just right there, just based off of, like, she needs to read the room. That was something that should never come out of her mouth, especially live. If y'all can see Sunny Hostin's eyes, she glances over to the producer, and I know she does because he's usually standing over, by the audience a little bit. And if you can tell just based off of what she said, that was definitely the wrong thing to say.
Be surprised. I mean, this tracks.
You see how Alyssa is looking. Everybody's looking because Joy Behar mouth is very, very disgusting. You know, the way that she thinks. She's one of those individuals that, you know, obviously, and you can tell. You know, Joy Behar. I've been watching. I ain't gonna say watching The View, but kind of. You know, in a way, you know, of you know, doing these videos, you know, for a little minute to notice that Joy Behar is, and obviously a lot of y'all gonna say none of them are leaders and this, that, and but Joy Behar is definitely a follower. She's not a leader whatsoever. I obviously see, you know, she's on the show, you know, of course, she's been on the show for years, but she's definitely a follower just based off of the things that individual has said when it comes to Whoopi, when it comes to Sunny Hostin, saying little slick things. She'll say something that's over the top like she just did, and having Sunny Hostin looking the way that she's looking because she knows that's something that definitely is going to come back onto them.
It just makes me not want to patronize his work, even if I'm a little bit intrigued by
Well,
her.
I'm not
Wait for
watching
the
it.
streamer.
Bad Santa is my favorite. I'm not watching this.
Yeah,
gonna watch
I have
it?
no
No.
interest. I'm
No
sorry.
interest.
I know that's terrible, but I don't watch much of anything.
Yeah.
But this is, I don't care if she sleeps
Me
in
either.
the bed, if I
See what I
don't care
mean?
if she sleeps in Miami. I don't care. I don't care.
It's definitely a shame.
Yeah.
Definitely a shame that, you know, all they're focused on is where Melania sleeps. You know, it's just something else for them to insult, for them to bash, you know, President Trump and, you know, his wife Melania. It's definitely sickening that these ladies do that. It's something that I myself don't, you know, agree with, don't support whatsoever. Having this, and I don't, you know, I wouldn't want anybody, you know, obviously watching anything like this, because these are women that's supposed to, you know, I look and see, you know, you having all women on the show, like, uplift other women. Like, this shouldn't even, I feel like it's just one of those things, like, if you don't have anything nice to say, like, like, I'd rather you just not say it. And I feel like they shouldn't have made, you know, this they shouldn't have talked about this if they didn't have anything much else, you know, nice to say. It's just something for, you know, people to, you know, their viewers to watch and to, man, it just makes me mad because of the way that they act, the way that they are, you know, as individuals. It's very sickening. Definitely very sickening. But y'all let me know y'all comments and thoughts down below. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.